My name is Chris Casada. I'm the co-founder of TSX Challenge, and one of the most common questions we get once people have signed up for a trip, got their gear together, ready to go backpacking is, how do I get all my gear within my backpack? And so we put together a short demonstration of exactly how I pack my backpack, and I hope this helps. So I have my pack here. Everything is opened up. If you take a look in real quick, so oftentimes there's a middle layer that has a zipper. I leave that unzipped. So we just have one big top to bottom volume container. We're gonna take the sleeping bag, separate from the poles.
Tent.
I'm sorry, the tent. There you go, thanks Dave. Separate from the poles, and we're gonna stuff out the bottom, give it a good ride, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the sleeping bag right on top of it. Then I'll take the poles, and I stuff the poles kind of in that little corner in the back here. Go take a look. I'll give it a nice little kind of stable spot. And then we're gonna take the bear can. Thanks for holding that, Dave. I'm gonna put the bear can right on top. And we're gonna push it down a little bit, and that's gonna squish down the sleeping bag. Now kind of the heaviest part of the pack is kind of centered in the middle, closest to your back. And that's where we want it to be. Now to give that some support, we're gonna take all the loose items, kind of like your fleece jacket, if you're bringing one of those, your puffy jacket, if you're bringing one of those. Again, you may or may not need all these items. I'm gonna take my rain gear. I don't expect it to rain today. I'm gonna take the rain gear and stuff on the side as well. I'm gonna take, let's see, the clothing here. The clothing in as well. So there's a little extra space out of there. Cool. So now we have a pretty tight pack in there. These other items I'm gonna have a little bit better access to. So I'll take things like my snack bag. I want to have access to that throughout the course of the trip. I'm gonna put that on top in the brain. I like to pull out my fishing rod every now and then to go fishing. I'll take that on the top as well. Sometimes in the morning or evening, I like to have quick access to my hat and my gloves. Keep that on top. One other item I like to put on top is my bowl, cup, and spoon for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. On the other side, I have a zipper here. So I'm gonna take my toiletries, which I'll access less frequently. I might take my TP, which I access less frequently as well, and zip that up. And then, what else do we have left here? So a fuel bottle. I'm gonna see if I can find some space for the fuel bottle on the inside of the pack if possible. Look at that, I can find some space there. Some tight ride. I'm gonna take my water ball. Put that on the side here. I'm gonna take my fishing rod and my trekking pole. I'm gonna slide that right along the side. A little cinch there. Leftover items I have here, a bandana. I might keep this in my pocket just as I walk to blow my nose or wipe my brow. It's a little warm today, so I'm gonna take my hoodie and just kind of put it right on top. And then I have my flashlight and my sunscreen. I like to have easier access to those. So I'll put that on the side pocket here. And the important thing is, once you find a home for something, everything needs to go back in its home. So if you have a home for it, you're never gonna lose it. It's always gonna go right back where you want it to be. The final things I have, oftentimes we'll have a case for this, but in this case, they're just kind of loose. So I'm just gonna kind of stuff in the back pouch at the moment, for the moment. Kind of stitch that up. If I want access to it, be quick access as I'm trekking through snow. Finally, I have a sleeping pad. The sleeping pad, we're just gonna go ahead and attach the back here. And this buckle on my pack needs to be a little bit prepared. You got the idea here. And then finally, my hat, sunglasses. There we go. And that's everything. So you can see in here, there's quite a bit of space still remaining. We don't need to use that space. That's okay. We have everything we need to be a participant in one of our trips for the core week. Ready to go. We're gonna cinch it down. Roll it over. And then buckle it up. And there we go.